Tell me what the hell are you scared of when in the end the only
Where's the love? Right here on this podcast. Welcome to Love Drops, where your hosts and One Love ambassadors, Charles and Diane, will share love, hope, and inspirational topics taken from their journey and world events. We will also include on location recordings and special pop up guests from cool places all around the world. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
whether big or small, love never fails. Oh, love it conquers all. Love never fails.
Welcome to another edition of Love Drop Podcast. And we are once again joined by a return guest. I would say he is almost one of the co-hosts. That's how many times he's been on Love Drop Podcast. I mean, AI say he is the most repeated guest. I'm not sure because I lost count. But anywho, today we're going to have a really fun conversation. And before I turn it over to Charles, I just want to give a shout out to 6 years podcasting Love Drops. Woo! We are celebrating our anniversary. We are doing our 6 for 6 for Love campaign. You can click the link in the bio if that resonates for you. You can share it, you can donate, or you can ignore it. Whatever feels good to you. That's what I encourage you to do. And with that said, I'm going to pass the mic over to Charles. Charles.
Thank you, Diane. Thank you. Our guest today is no stranger to the Love Drops podcast and definitely no stranger to Diane and I. Ola is one in a million in a lot of sense of the word, especially in the areas of creativity. He's the artist of artists. But today we're not going to talk about his artwork, but we are going to talk about the creativity that went into his new book entitled One Day, but Not Today. And with that said, I'd like to turn the mic over to you, Ola. Welcome to the show.
All right. Thank you for having me. Yeah, so One Day, but Not Today is the new book that actually came into fruition 3 years ago. 3 years ago, my first daughter was born, and I am carrying her through the park, and I'm telling her all the things that we'll eventually do together. But then I came to the realization, but we're together right now. What are we doing right now? And so that walk through the park, the entire book was written, and I was like, one day, I'll read you this book. And then life happened. All the different things, taking care of a newborn, being a new parent, all those things happened. And then 2 years later, we were having our second kid, and I still hadn't created any of the illustrations, anything, just thought about it. But all the todays had already passed. And now we're reading her books, and I haven't even showed her the book that I wrote for her. And now baby number two is here. So once baby number two is in, every year for me, it's a pendulum swing of busy and slow. So I know when my slow season comes, and that's when I try to do all my own personal projects and my own 1/3 of the work for me. And I call it the tax season, when everybody's paying their taxes and not buying art. So that period of time is when I create my self-portraits. It's when I write books, and obviously all the paintings were done during that period of time. I put the book together, published it, and everything like that. But yeah, one day, but not today. It's a book more so for the parents, is why I wrote it. Yes, I wrote it to my daughter, but to remind myself to be present for today's versus thinking about all the one days to come. And just Monday, somebody came into the studio. He was just going on a hike, saw the studio, was like, hey, I'm going to stop in. He stops in, we talk, he leaves, he comes back with somebody else, and that somebody else sat down and read the book. And she's reading it, she's going through it, and she's at the stage at the end where she's now, without saying the book, she's now being the child in the story with her older parent. And she flips over, and the next page, she just starts to be more overwhelmed with feeling. And then she flips, and then, but one day is not today. And it talks about all the things that we can do now. Right. So the premise of the book starts off with one day, I'll be walking you through the park, and baby is in a carrier. I'm walking her through a park. Then page two goes, one day, I'll be holding your hand, guiding you as you walk through the park. One day, we'll walk through the park together. One day, we'll walk and talk about all your big dreams. One day. And it keeps going like that as the child continues to get older. But then when it shifts, one day, I'll be walking the park by myself. One day, you'll come back and you'll be guiding me, holding my hand. One day, you'll be visiting our favorite spots, remembering all the times that we've had together. In that one, the parent is no longer there, right? And then you flip the page and it says, but one day is not today. Today we will laugh, we will sing, we will play, we will dance, we will do all these things. And the way that I created those last 10 pages were I put it out to my social media followers, people around me, and I was like, hey, send pictures of you all actively doing something with your children. And all these people submitted it in, and that's how the last few pages were. And so there's pages of making silly faces, walking through the park, hunting, dancing, singing, and it was all community things that people sent in. So now certain people who pick up this book see themselves actually in it. So it's a fun thing. One thing that I did, because I live in Tennessee right now, but one thing that I did is everywhere is a state park, but it's all within the state of Tennessee, this first book. So the idea is I grew up in Oklahoma. I want to make an Oklahoma version with all Oklahoma nature spaces and things like that. Or I might just jump into during and being part of the national state parks and do one based off of those. But it's literally just a book to remind the parents that we won't always be around. Our kids won't always be around. So let's pay attention to the right now. What can we do? What memories can we create? Because you could buy me all the things in the world in 10 years. I have no idea what you bought me 10 years ago, but I will remember the moments that we shared, the moments that we created, the times we stayed up just to watch the stars. And then we picked our own constellations. I might even remember an exact constellation that you just made up. And then I was like, oh, that's there. You know what I mean? Like things like that. That's the goal of the book. But with that lady that came in, I was able to see the child's perspective of it. Even though she's an adult, it hit for her and she understood. And she even said something along the lines, now I want to go call my dad. Like, you know what I mean? And
Yes.
so it is also for the kids, but the book is geared towards mostly age 3 to 8. If we're talking about children's book, when they're starting to understand, okay, this. And right now, Ifeya, my daughter, we've read the book several times. She has her own copy. And now throughout the day, she's like, can we do this? I'm like, not right now. She said, one day, but not today.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, that's awesome. Because part of a good children's book is repetition, and then them remembering things like that. But if they can get in the repetition of asking their parents to create memories, that is going to be a game changer for them in the future when parents are gone. Like they'll remember all those things. They'll remember all
Yeah.
those. But that's what the book is about. But I wrote it for me as a parent, for other parents, but I'm now starting to see the impact of the children reading the books too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just in listening to you, I'm hearing child psychology interwoven on every page. And
yeah, yeah,
one day, other folks will see that as well.
yeah,
Yes.
absolutely,
Yeah.
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes. When I heard you speaking, the first thing that dropped was carpe diem, right? Seize
Hmm.
the day, right? That's number
Hmm.
one. Number two, it's just like live in the now. So it's just like right now, Charles and I are talking to you from Pistoia, Italy, and you're in Tennessee. And I'm just thinking about all those days we were back in the States and we were like, one day, we're going to travel around Europe. We're going to go to France and, all the different places that we're going to go. But it was just like, but not today. And it's so funny because I was the one day part of the title, and then Charles was, but not
Not
today.
today.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's
Yeah.
like one day, but not today. But
And it took you
eventually,
saying today, we're
right.
doing
Yeah.
this. I'm buying the tickets. I'm
Exactly.
buying we're getting the train, the plan. And then the moment he went on the today, it was like, oh, okay, when's the next one? Okay, where's the
Yeah.
next place? What's the next place? Because
Exactly.
he felt the necessity of doing it now and quit
Exactly.
waiting and prolonging and doing, because as we do that, we always live in the future.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the
Yeah.
future is not always
I
guaranteed.
promise.
Yeah. Only thing
Yes.
we have is now. Even as we speak, all we have is this minute right
Hmm.
now. And I love the concept of the book. I love the creativity of the book. I love the artwork. I love that you created the artwork. But more so than that, I love just watching this whole experience play out. Because, see, I and Charles have been in your life long enough to know that we talked to you about kids. And it was like one day,
One day.
but never. It wasn't even like, but not
Facts.
today. It was like one day, but never, right? And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
came Ifea, right? And it's like
Hmm.
one day, but not today. And it's like, well, you gotta give her a little sister. You like looked at me, you and Bree. You were like, you can stop talking now. But
Yeah,
yeah, right. But
yeah,
now you're the father of two beautiful daughters, and you're taking the time and you're creating the memories. And not only that, you've created a legacy and it's stuck and it's caught on for Ifea to say one day, but not today, back at you. That's not even sassy. It's just like taking your words that you
yeah,
planted into her and watching them bloom.
yeah,
And I'm sure you'll be hearing more and more coming from her in that
yeah.
you have read the book to her. She has her own copy. So
Hmm.
there's a lot to be said about that as well.
Now, what
Yeah.
about Ifea? Did she read it to her little sister?
She wants her little sister to see the book. She pretend reads to little sister. Yeah, yeah. But like some of her favorite books that we've been reading to her over the years, she'll now like flip the page and almost say the words on the page as she's pretending to
Yes.
read to the baby. But she's starting to do those type of things a little bit more and more and more. But she's ready for her little sister to start really moving and have the strength. She wants to play with her all the time. It's like, all right, but be gentle. She's just not strong enough for that yet. But she really is a really good big sister. Like it's kind of wild.
Mhm.
Couldn't at this point in age when a lot of kids are more mind. Trust me, she does that too. But she might take the toys that she wants to play with, but she's redirecting little sister to other stuff instead of just being snatching and walking. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
But I think some of that aspect has to do with Bree because Bree's really good at redirection and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, she picks up on the energy that we're giving and implements that as well. So even in school, in the Montessori school, there's biters and scratchers and all that kind of stuff. All that type of stuff happens to her, but she's yet to do anything to anybody else. You know what I mean? She's the one everybody likes. Everybody,
Mhm.
because she's just has more of a loving presence. And I mean, she's just built to be a big sister. You know what I
Wow,
mean?
I love that. I love
Yeah,
that. And I
yeah.
love the evolution of your books because this is not your first book. This is not even your second book. This is like either your third or fourth. I lost track. I think this is
This
either third or
is
fourth.
so I got the homeless youth book, I've got
Right.
Manifest and Bloom, I've got The Year of Becoming, and
Right. So
then
then this is
this one.
fourth.
So this is fourth. And I just finished editing book number five.
Oh,
Awesome.
beautiful.
And I
Yeah.
love that because you're
Yeah.
writing parallels with your life. And
Yeah.
that's so cool because if anybody want to get to know you, then it's like all they have to do is just read your books. And then if they're more visual, all I have to do is just look at the self-portraits. So I
Yeah.
think that would be like an amazing exhibit to kind of do one day. Is just like where you have your self-portrait and then just have like the books that kind of correlate with the different paintings, right? That would be pretty phenomenal. My question, since we are talking about one day, but not today, and I'm going to switch that one day, we're going to talk about it today. And
Yeah.
that is for Ifea's first reaction and when you showed her the book.
Mommy, Baba, Ifeya. So the way that I did the book, right? I'm mostly paint. I'm not a landscape guy, but being that this book was set in nature, everything that I did was landscape. So I created all the paintings. I'm also not an traditional illustrator. I'm more of a realistic type of creative. So what I did was I painted 19 full paintings, 30 by 40 inches of all the scenes that I wanted. But instead of now coming back through and taking those paintings and painting all the individual characters into it, I wanted to create it more of a collage because life, if you remember, poetry and paintings that I painted maybe 10 years ago now, pixelated love, right? So all
Yeah.
those moments, like it's not all perfection, it's not all the things, but all those things are kind of clusters and collage that make the beautiful imagery, right? So if we understand that, I created the artwork as collage. So I did sketches of everything, sketches of everybody, sketches of the people who sent the pictures to me, sketches of my family, sketches of other families, because like I can use myself, my wife, and my daughter throughout the whole book and create versions of them all throughout as we get older. But this book is not just meant for us to read. I want it to represent all the different races, all the different.
Yes.
So what I chose to do is instead of making it all super detailed and having to make, a black person look like a black person, an Asian person look like an Asian, a white person look like a white person, I did it all in black and whites, quick sketches, right? And then I cut those out collage style and pasted it on the pages. So now we have 19 original paintings that are just landscape hanging on the walls, but then in the book you see everything within it. But one of the reasons why I did that was one, I didn't want to create a style that wasn't my own because I'm not a character designer. I
Right.
still want it to be unique to me and what it is that I do. But on the front page is me, mom, and us walking Ifeya when she really first started walking through the park. So her first reaction was, Ifeya? Baba? Mommy? You know what I mean? So that was her first reaction. And as we go through the book, even on the pages where that's clearly not us, but she sees a older girl with an older father, she's like, Ifeya, Baba. You know what I mean? So she's still seeing.
Yes.
So the point was the goal of seeing yourself in the book is
Yes.
already happening on the pages that's clearly not her. That was one of the things that I realized actually worked. The intention that I did behind it actually worked when she was reading the book.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
that's
And then,
good. That's good.
yeah,
That was very creatively done, also. And little
thank you.
did you know her interpretation of your creation.
Yeah.
Exactly. And so, just going from her reaction, the next reaction I want to know is just Bree. What did Brianna say about the book, once she saw it held in her hand? Brianna is Ola's wife, listeners.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know her first reaction, but know that like there's a lot of things that I keep to myself as I'm creating, right? But this was very much how I operate, but Bree also operates is be present. You know what I mean? So throughout the entire aspect of me creating it, she was knowing what was going on. She knew basically all the pages and the story behind it, and she's just been on board from day one. I think she was just like it was more, oh my God, you did it. It's complete. It's finished. Like, have it in the hand. She was just as excited to read it to Ifeya as I was because she's my first editor. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
So
Yes.
she gets to see it almost everything through the entire process, unless if it's like an extremely like the next book is right now almost 7,000 words, right? Small, but as a mom who also works full time, to have her sit down and fully re-edit all that as well while a baby's on her, while the toddler's on her, and she's working. Like, I'm not asking her to do that, but she'll get the whole premise. So it's itty bitty hints of her emotions to and thought process throughout the entire
Yes.
process.
Yeah, that's beautiful because it makes it all the way around. So if Thea gets both of your energy, she gets both of your vibes and,
Yeah.
just emotions in that book, which is amazing. And again, it's just like your creative ability just never ceases to amaze me. I remember the first time your mom came into
Yeah, yeah,
TSU.
yeah.
They did an exhibit with featuring your art. And I had the privilege of just kind of like walking with your mom through
Yeah.
it, and I saw her reaction. And what I didn't know at the time was it was like the first time that she had literally really saw what her son was capable of creating, and it blew her mind. She was like crying. So I'm
Hmm.
thinking she's crying. I'm like, yeah, it's good, hon. I'm telling you, and she kind of stops me and she's like, no, like I've never seen this before. And I was just like, stopped, it's like stunned,
Hmm.
because it's just like to see that flow of creativity. It's just like this,
Hmm.
my child did this. It's like it's beyond proud because it's not really anything that you can take ownership of. It's like an extension. It's just like this is my son, but
Hmm.
wow, look what he's done with his
Hmm.
gifts, right? So it's just like to see that, then to see you become a father, to just really have your raw, authentic creativity in our life is just like a wonderful thing. To have you illustrate the first cover on, my very first book, and then to come to you with the second cover, and we're talking back and forth about it, but it was during mural season, so you like, girl, you're gonna have to wait, and I'm like, nah, I'm not waiting, I need it now. And you're like, yeah, you're not getting it. And I'm like, okay, so you don't love me. And you're like, really? And so then you creatively put a spin on it. You were like, once you use a picture or something, just do it differently. And then from that, it made me go and look at, a photo shoot that we did. And, I picked a picture, I sent
Hmm.
it to you. You're like, yeah, that's it right there. And then for a little comic relief here, it's like my bio picture. You
Yeah.
know where I'm
Try
going,
to
right?
use try to use 10-year-old pictures, try to stay young.
Yeah.
Nah, girl. Let everybody see who you are.
Right.
Oh,
It's just,
yeah.
yeah, it's like really because you can. And so you
Yeah.
did, you like, you using that same picture. And I'm like, yeah, why not? People do that. And it's like, yeah, you don't want to do that. You need to do another picture. People need to see how you look, in the
Yeah.
aftercare. And I'm like,
Yeah.
who asked you? But I did it.
Hey, and it worked and it looks
And it
good.
worked,
And
and
it
it
looks good.
worked. So I do all of that just to show just the creativity between us. Even Charles's book, he took a picture that you did when we did a
Painting with a twist.
yeah, for
Yeah.
your 75th. And we had all the family and just kind of had you there. That's what love drops are. Our relationship illustrates love drops because it's just like you dropping love into each other's lives, and it comes without asking. It's like you're gonna check up on me. I mean, we don't have a regular schedule, but it's not gonna be years before we check
Yeah.
in with each
Yeah.
other, and that's what love drops is. And it's like calling you and you're there for it. And you
Yeah.
calling us and we're there for it, and you are doing that. You are doing that. And even though Charles said we were going to talk about art, we're wrapping it around, but art is life. So we can't talk about life, especially with you, and
Yeah.
not talk about art. I mean, because that
Right.
is who you are. I mean, it's in your D into the A, brother.
Hey. It's in all of our,
So,
it's in all of our DNA. It's not unique to me.
yeah. Well, that's not what you said to me about my paint with things. You like, what are you doing?
Hey,
This
hey,
is not your
art is more than
this is not
painting.
your calling.
What does Anka say? I say art is life. She says life is art.
Right, that's right.
Yeah.
That is
So
true.
it's not all about painting, drawing, writing. No. Life itself is art.
For sure.
It
For
is.
Yeah.
sure. So I think I want to kind of bring this to conclusion with two things. First thing, what are some of the responses that you're getting from this book from people that are reading besides the lady that came into the
Yeah,
studio?
yeah, yeah. So I gave a copy to the Montessori school, and front desk person loved it. She cried. I mean, a lot of adults who've had parents who are already gone come to tears with it, but they love it. That's beautiful. Parents, like people who are in the book, picking it up and reading. I mean, it's all the same type of response. It's like, oh yeah, we need to read this. Like
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
some people are emotional and don't necessarily want to read the entire thing because I mean it's raw. You know what I mean? Like I don't say one day I'll be gone and you'll be by yourself. Like I say it more poetic than that. But if you understand it. And so some people like that have read it in front of me have stopped on that page and not wanted to continue. And I was like, all right, but now turn the other page. Like people have been like, but why did it get so dark? I'm like, it is life. But go to the next page, which it now brings back, I think. So that's all the feelings like people, it takes you through all the stage. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That time is coming. Oh, that's sad. But wait, we still have right now. And then it's like an uplift back. Okay, let me take control of the time that I have with the ones that I love. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And that's what it's about. So I feel like this is a book for everyone, not just parents to kids, not just
Mm-hmm.
kids to parents, but from a friend to another friend.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? From a
Yeah.
caregiver to the person they're taking care of. So this
Mm-hmm.
could be gifted to nurses and nursing homes. You know what I mean? All those type of
Mm-hmm.
things because reality is life is short and people come and go. Let
Exactly.
us take time to be with the people. Like if I went to a show that was live music and everything, and I see people just playing on their phones and the musicians are just there playing their music to ghost town, I would
Right.
literally and hand in this book.
Yeah.
Hey,
Mhm.
Yeah.
hey, I get what you're
Exactly.
doing, but this moment can be precious, but then it's gone instantly.
But then
And
it's
you're
gone.
here. Why'd you come? Why are
Right.
you present? Why are you living if you don't want to live? Why? Because you're so stuck elsewhere in different places in the future, in this place, in my phone, in my emails. Be here. That's why we're here. We're here to experience life. So
And,
let's experience it, not
It-
be distracted by everything.
yeah.
and so many folks are missing that being in the now and
Yeah.
making it be what it is now.
Hmm. Yeah. And I think it's weird because like this book is present, it says one day, but not today. Like it's a future. Because when we think about our kids, we're thinking about what they're going to become, what we want them to become,
Mm-hmm.
how are we going to keep them safe there? Da, 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 da.
Mm-hmm.
But in reality, so many adults, so many people who've lived a couple more years from adolescence are stuck in the past. They're
Yes.
still not in the now. They're like, yeah,
Yes.
this person did this to me back then. I can't move forward because of this.
Mm-hmm.
You're here right now. Not yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yesterday's gone.
Yeah.
Tomorrow's
Exactly.
yeah. What are we doing today?
What are we doing today?
What are we doing
That's
today?
beautiful. And forgiveness, love, joy, peace. All of these
Hmm.
different things are all intertwined into it, you know?
Yeah.
And so, as we're closing out, I can say this. This book hits me just listening to it. I get my copy and I will because you got to give it to me and it need to be signed and we need to do pictures, probably need the news there. It's a big thing, me getting a copy of the book. So,
I'm not
but
gonna comment to that, Charles. Okay.
right? But no, seriously, the book resonates deep for me because we did have that one day moment when Charles was in hospital, because when you're looking at your loved one, they're in between a space of life and death, and everybody's telling you it may be death. That's where that one day, but not today mindset kicks in reflection, because then you begin to think of all the times you could have, would have, should have, right?
Mhm.
And I am so grateful to say that everything that we wanted to do, we did everything that we wanted to do except for what we're doing right now. And that was to live life experiences out in Europe. So what that did is it pivoted and really put pressure on that one day, but not today. No, it was like one day, yeah, let's
We're
go.
doing
Right.
it.
Like
Yeah.
that. That's what we didn't do. And it wasn't regretful, but it was just in a way where it pushes you. So
Yeah.
I feel like that's a part of the rawness in the book, because
Yeah.
when you're reading that, you can't read it without reflecting on, okay, but what have I been putting off? It brings you to terms to
And
the
that's
now.
when I sign the book, one thing that I make sure I say to everybody, the generic ones for when people buy 5 books, I write them one personal, and then the generic ones, because I don't know who they're gifting the book to, I write, I hope this book sets a reminder to slow down and be present for the moments and the people that matter. Because oftentimes what happens is it takes tragedy or almost tragedy to come to a realization that time is short. Let the book be a reminder that time is already short. Be present now. Don't wait. Like anything can happen any day. Let's not wait till something happens to decide, oh, let me try to do the things that I want to do with this person that I love. Let me try to actually be present. Because what if that tragedy actually just took them?
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? And it happens that way. It really does. A lot of people, one of my students says, I have to burn to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I get that. I understand the statement. You have to burn to learn. But sometimes that fire is too hot to turn back.
Come on now.
Mhm.
Come on.
You know what I
Come
mean?
on. Yes.
So don't wait till you get burned to learn. Like pay
Mhm.
attention to the world around you. You see
Mm-hmm.
plenty of relationship, plenty of people that are already burning. Learn from that because those are reminders to you also that we
Right.
can easily burn just as bad. This book is one of
Mm-hmm.
those reminders that isn't, yes, it's raw, but it's not somebody in their deathbed.
Exactly.
Yes.
You
Exactly.
know
And
what
I
I
like how
mean?
you turn it up. Like you
Hmm.
said, it hits a low point, but you come back on a high
Hmm.
point. And that is one of the really joys of life, is when you can sandwich it. If you have
Hmm.
opportunity to
Always sandwich.
sandwich the pain
Yeah.
between the joy, right? So you
Hmm.
have the joy, the pain, the joy. You come
Yeah.
back to that joy, right? And
Yeah.
so that's really a great point.
Yeah.
And for everybody who's out there listening, those parents, those children that's working hard, children is working hard. I'm just so focused because one day I'm gonna be a famous lawyer, and I'm gonna buy my mama a house, and I'm gonna buy my daddy a car, and I'm gonna do all this. Well,
Pay their
I'm
debts,
working so
retirement,
hard.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, just let this message just be a reminder that one day needs to be today. It needs to be
Yeah.
now, because how sad it is for you to get to that one day, but then those that you wanted to spread that love on has now passed away.
Hmm.
So, just use this time that you have right
Hmm.
now.
Yes,
Yeah.
and the unintentional seeds of psychology interwoven through every page will grow and grow, as is stated, one day, and
Yeah.
it'll be that day.
Yeah.
Maybe that day. So, Ola, as we are wrapping up, what love drop would you like to leave with our audience?
Yeah. So that's always a good question. This is something that I've read recently, but it's kind of how I operate a little bit. Operate in silence, move quietly. And I told this to my sister this morning. She has a business idea. I said, okay, great. Now move in silence because if you speak it to everybody, everybody has their opinions. There's already a natural fear and opposition within us, right? To not want to do something, but we are in the starting blocks. We're ready for the gun to go. But all those other people will start now introducing their own fears about all those things into your mind, into your life, and then that will keep you from going when the gun goes off to start the race, right? Then you never start.
Yes.
So we all have to learn to start moving in silence. Have your 1, 2, 3 people that you trust their opinions, but even then, understand that this is your dream, your passions. Hear them, make the decisions for yourself. Yeah. So that's my thing. Move in silence, and not introduce everybody's stuff into what you are wanting to do. Just when it's ready, when the race is over and you are there, now see what has been done. Move in silence.
Yes. Love it. I love it. That is wonderful. And so, as we always say, Ola, thank you for your time. It is non-refundable. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being the most repeated guest on Love Drop Podcast over these last 6 years, according to AI. And yeah, we welcome you back. I can't wait to get you back on the show. I can see having you with the girls, having you on the show with your girls. That'll be the first father-daughter podcast.
Yeah.
And on the Love Drop podcast, creating legacies, because this is something that, you go back and you listen to. You can go back and listen to it. And, your baby girls can, just listen to it when they're older. This will be around. So we just, our voices. And so that's what we're doing here, right? It's just spreading love. And for our listeners, thank you for hanging in with us. And Ola's information will be in the narrative. Do go check him out. He has so many offerings. He is a very humble, beautiful, creative soul that we get to do life with, not someday, but we get to do it with him now. And for that, we appreciate it. We appreciate it very much. If this show resonates with you, do subscribe and share. And again, if you'd like to be a part of the 6 for 6 for Love journey, do share and participate in that as well, however it resonates for you. And Charles, any last words?
None that hasn't been creatively projected, especially where Ola's book is. One day, one day. And we certainly appreciate your creativity being shared with us anytime we call and think about you. You're there. Much appreciated.
Thank you. And congratulations on 6 years. That's awesome. Yeah.
And we will end the show as we always do. Sign off and say, one love.
Never a second will I waste, never an opportunity to taste the sweetness of this life.
Thank you for tuning in to the Love Drops podcast. Be sure to follow this podcast and share the love with everyone you know. Until next time, this is Charles and Diane signing off. One love. One love.
Love it conquers all.